Hey everyone, I want to do this video to talk about two strategies that we could do and use depending on your lifestyle and how you want to handle this. Currently, I'm only doing slow and steady right now. I've kind of done the other higher leverage stuff and I kind of know the characteristics of it. It kind of needs to be watched. There are times when it's flowing one direction and not in sideways. It could do well, or it can be trending down and doing well too. But if there's a lot of pumps and dumps, the higher leverage trapper bot, that's his weakness there. Okay, so let's talk about the slow and steady method. This post. All right, so let's talk about the slow and steady. The slow and steady method is right here in TradeBot Secrets. All right, sorry about my kid. All right, so the slow and steady is the TradeBot Secrets. It uses this file on 9/23/21. It uses a 10% wallet, a 5x leverage, averages about 0.5% to 1% a day, and all it does is longs. Okay, it just longs. It's just kind of like a dollar cost averaging long-term investing, and this is the one I would say the kind of like the retirement plan. I went ahead and did a compound interest here with starting with $1,000, 0.5% a day for 5 years, and not adding any more. I usually would probably add more over time, just because I want to speed it up a little bit. I don't know, but without adding anything, in 5 years projections should be a nice, cool 9 mil. Okay, so starting your first year, you get $1,500, you get $400 in interest back, I guess, and then the next year is just pretty crazy, and then it just blows up there, and then blows up again, and blows up again. Okay, as long as it doesn't dunk on you more than 20% in one day, it should be able to try to DCA in and recover, and then DCA back in again, and try to get out of those positions if it constantly keeps coming down. If it just dunks down and pops back up, great, more power to us, and it keeps bull running up, that's even better. Okay, now I kind of noticed that as BTC does go up, and let's say our 1,000 here, maybe it just crazily 5x's itself to to maybe 100k. That kind of gives us a huge boost to get to these numbers much faster too. So just don't lose your coins, and increase that leverage. Okay, so 5x is, I think, is kind of still pretty high. It's with 10% wallet, it is pretty much using 100% of your account on the first rung. No, in terms of contract size, but in terms of because since we're using 5x leverage, I don't want to confuse you. Forget it. Forget what I just said. Just load it up and run it. That's it. All right. All right. So that's what I'm doing. And also another thing is that my short-term strategy is to just simply increase the wallet to 30%. And so I have one running 10%. I probably shove more over there, and that's long-term, kind of like Roth IRA kind of savings, where you just like, every month I get a little, 10%, throw it in there every time, I make low income, whatever, 10% goes in there. And that's kind of how I would see it, and not worry about it, never sell it. Just don't interrupt the compounding unnecessarily, is what Warren Buffett would say, right? And he's 5 billion, because he knows that compound interest works. It's just that he needs to wait it out in time. Okay. All right, and we need to make sure that we don't leverage up to get liquidated, okay, and lose it all. So keep the leverage low. If you do altcoins, I'm testing a few altcoins right now at 3x, and I've kind of seen XRP. I'm doing 1x on there, and it's just like, it's really tiny gains, but XRP from $1.12 has to go down to 57 cents for me to be liquidated. So like, I can handle it, but I was like, maybe I don't know. Like, it seems BTC is a little better in terms of, I am taking a little more risk on BTC, but I think I have to, because we can, because XRP is more volatile. It can correct more than 30% in a day. It is possible. It has done it. It could tank you, and it's just, it's over minted, I'd say, And since the limitation of Bitcoin of being 21 million and no more, that gives us more of an advantage that it's probably going to keep running up. Okay. All right. So yeah. So if you're a new member and you join, think about those two strategies. And what you're going to need when you come in is you're going to load up here. You're going to ask for access as a TBS agent level 1. If you also, with Leverage Trapper Bot, you also be Beta Wolf 2, but then you'll also get the access to this. All the files are here, the latest one. You don't need the price motion anymore because all it does is longs, so all you need to run is the TradeBot Secrets Trailing Stop Profit EXE version 0.75. And with this BTC settings, just drop that in there, make sure your API is all set up. And then you also need to activate the trap and the auto run license, which is a little extra. It doesn't need to run with it. Auto run for sure needs to be with it if you want to automate it. Otherwise, you're there every day clicking buy and sell instead of having it automated. Okay. So the trap as of right now is $20, and then the auto one's 30, I believe, on top of 20 here for the trailing stop profit or the QC, the basic TBS. Okay. So that will be set and put aside. Okay. Now, the Leverage Trapper Bot, on the other hand, it's still kind of experimental mode. We have the latest pin, I believe. Let's see here. TBS ETH 5%. I think I might have. I think I'll put the best one I think I have into the proven ETH setting here. 45% wallet with 5% return. No, I don't think so. 5x 10% wallet. Yeah, I think it's still an experimental discussion. So I will go ahead and put the ones I think is best into here. And that's what I would recommend using for that one, okay? And most likely it's going to be the latest one up here. Just kind of read the history and say, hey, I kind of like what this guy's doing. Let's just try that out. And you're going to have to monitor it, okay? And sometimes we kind of merge it. Sometimes this guy did good. I'll kind of merge it in together, and then it goes good for a while, then not good anymore, kind of thing. And yeah. So then with Leverage Trapper Bot, you're gonna have to monitor it. Make sure that the move is consistent in one direction. If it gets out in a bad position, you want to manually kill it and manually change it. But this group right here will be the one where it kind of guides you on where to go on that. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I'll go ahead and make sure I square this away, and I'll drop it in here, and then that's how you would run it. Now, this one does need price motion. It's gonna long and short accordingly, and you're gonna have to just turn on when things look good. If you see pumps and dumps consistently throughout the day, you might want to shut it down for the day. Okay, now you just see low volatility, it's just kind of boring. That's a great time for us to run the bot, but you still have to monitor. You can't just let it go. Okay, so you have to check on it every so often. You get some high moves on your phone, alerts, and you got to come back and see if we're in good or bad, and just kill it if you're in bad position, and go from there. Okay. All right, hopefully this helps to guide you on the short-term and long-term strategy. And so for me, I personally don't want to watch it. I don't want to babysit it. I don't want to check on it. I don't want to be stressed out on it. But you could, it's set to earn 25% return some days, and we have done it. I've kind of achieved up to maybe 50-60% of the account before losing it all again. And I'm like, but I kept running it all the time, and I didn't want to check it, and sometimes it's just my lifestyle right now. I don't want to watch it, right? But if you're into watching it and you're like, hey, I want to babysit this and you want to earn more, then it can help you as a tool, but it's not proven to consistently return if you don't watch it, kind of thing. It just helps you, okay? Now for me, I do the slow and steady with 10% account. And that's my 5-year plan. And I also have one that's the same thing, but increase the wallet to 30%. Okay. and I'll show you here. When you get the file, it's auto adjusted in here. So as you go into the auto adjust sideways, the only thing I really change, oh, this is my altcoin, so let me go ETH here, BTC. What did I might have removed it. So let me just go to my file here. Okay, right here. So under the auto adjust settings here, sideways, up, down, the only thing I change is my wallet here. Use percentage of wallet instead of 10%. I have a running on another computer at 30% on a separate Bybit account, and that is my short-term one, where instead of 0.5% a day, it could bring up to maybe 1.5, maybe 4 some days, using this 30% of the wallet. Okay, and then based on that, if you kind of do the numbers, that's about 3% a day. That's almost 100% in a month. All right. Wait. Yeah. I don't want. Okay. I don't want to overpromise, but you know, could it double in a month? It could. It could. Okay. So with 30% wallet, I think it can achieve that if you can get above 2.5% per day. So if the current 10% averages between a half to 1.5, some days, then if we kind of scale those in multiples of 3, then it could be 1.5 to about 3.5, right? 3, 4, or 4.5, yeah, on some days, using 30% of your wallet. Okay. So you kind of do those numbers accordingly. Then, you know, that's more of a short-term thing for me. So I just throw it in there, and then just say, hey, you know, I have like, you know, let's just say I have $5,000 in there, and I'm expecting at least consistently 1.5% a day, and then like 1 month, what am I gonna get? So at least if I have this enough, if I have a $5,000 account, then you know I could do with $8,000 a month, right? Oh, actually $3,000 a month in interest right here. So if this is the you know what you need to survive on, $3,000 a month, then all you need is a $5,000 account, 1.5% today, with the 30% wallet. Now it does add more risks, you know, because if it dunks 20% and you kind of DCA with the second 30%, and then if it keeps going, you have to use up your entire wallet, you could get wrecked. Okay. The slow and steady with 10% is, yeah, you have more. It keeps going, you have another 10%. Now you're up to 8% of your wallet. Now you have 7% of your wallet. Now you have more 60, then 50, then 40, then 30, and 20. You know, just keep buying all the way up, but it has more room to go and keep DCing and to kind of keep pushing that profit line down. And when it bounces back up, then you're like, good, you know, I bought from the bottom and I DC'd down, and now we're taking profit from the very bottom. Okay, and then with the 30% wallet, you're kind of stuck up here, and then you're kind of waiting for the rest of the leverage to kind of just, you know, don't get liquidated, right? So that way, I'm always moving in and out. I'm like, hey, I throw it in there for a month, cool, put my 3K out, next month do it again, all right, 6K out, dude, that's just house money now. Let's just let it roll, and then, you know, pay the bills, you know, take the kids out, go on a trip, and that's my strategy for short-term and long-term. And leverage trapper bot wise, I don't have the time to constantly monitor it for 25% a day kind of thing. It's great, but you know, I don't think I'm able to put big enough or confident to put a large amount of an account on 25%. And yeah, I guess you can make 2,000 in a day on that one, but I don't know if I want to do that, right? I can risk and lose it all too. So okay, thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps. Talk to you.